The Parsha Bhaloscha says, "Vayas Aaron." We all know. Rashi says, praising of Aaron. Aaron never deviated, never changed. Now, why would Aaron deviate? Well, Aaron's going to change. Aaron, a Kohen Gadol. It's an amazing thing because the Parsha Tzav also says at the end of the Parsha, "Vayas Aaron," his children never changed. And then it says afterwards, "Vayachrei Moshe Shnei bnei Aaron." Moshe Rabbeinu told Aaron, because Rachel told Aaron, "Achrei Moshe Shnei bnei Aaron," that Aaron has to realize, if the two children die, if you're doing something, it's a warning. Watch out. It's an amazing thing. Aaron's beforehand never deviated. He was warned not to deviate. The threat, look what happened to his children. And then it says, "V'yas Aaron" again, he never deviated. What's this idea that he should deviate? Why should somebody change? Now, truth be told, there's an amazing Gemara Brachas says that if someone would greet someone else before davening, he goes, "Oh, how you doing? Shmooze." Okay, after davening. It's like you build a bama. A bama is a mizbeach. No, what's bama have to do with greeting somebody? What's the terrible thing about a bama? You have to compare it to building a bama. So what's the message? It's amazing also that you see in Tanakh that all these malachim, the kings that did bring Klal Yisrael back to Tshuva, they brought them to great heights, but the pasuk always says, "Rak habamas," they couldn't get rid of the bamas. They couldn't get rid of the bamas. What's the bama? A bama is a mizbeach that you build in your backyard. You want to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you bring a korban. When is a bama mutter? Not when there's a mishkan. Now, if there's no mishkan, you can have a bama. Build a mizbeach, bring a korban. Once the Beis HaMikdash came into existence, that's it. Bamas are out forever. But the kings could not get rid of a bama. What's a bama? Bama is not avodah zarah. Bama is to have a mizbeach, you bring a korban to Hashem. So what's going on? Here's a fellow. He wants to be a korban. Now, we don't know what korbanos are, but those Yidden knew what korbanos are. You bring makriv to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a korban. Now they couldn't wait to Pesach. Shavuos, Sukkot, I'm going to be in the Beis HaMikdash. No, I want to be a korban now. The guy has such a fervor, such ecstasy. He wants to be close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He's going to be his korban now. The only problem is, if you bring a korban on a bama, you only have cars. Shchutei chutz, you bring on the bama, you're not allowed to. I'm going to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I have such a craving. I have to serve Hashem. I'm going to bring him a korban and be chayv cars. Doesn't really stem. But that fervor, that geschmack, that craving to serve Hashem, it's about my feelings, which is great. The person needs feeling. The person needs hergish. But it has to be what Hashem wants. That's also by Nadav Navi. You see that the Tziv says, "Eish zara shalei tziva." That's such a fire. His slav is Tzivakash Baruch Hu. It's light tziva. Hashem didn't command that. Don't do it. It's zara, says the Tziv. It's alien because it's not what Hashem wants. You have to do what He wants, not what you want. And here the person's coming to do the Ratzon Hashem. He feels he wants to do Ratzon Hashem. It's an amazing story. I forgot who it was with. Maybe Rav Soloveitchik. Someone told me a lady came. She wants to do the mitzvah tzitzis. She wants to feel that closeness to Hashem through the mitzvah tzitzis. So he gave her a pair of tzitzis. She came back in a week and he said, "Know how to go?" The mitzvah. It's unbelievable. That closeness, the feeling I had for the mitzvah tzitzis was amazing. I said, "Really? I gave you a puzzle pair of tzitzis." The feelings are great, it's geschmack, it's wonderful, but we have to remember it's about serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does He want? So if a person sees a friend in the morning, goes over to him to schmooze, "Hi, how you doing?" He feels, you have to say hello to somebody, make him feel good. Not before davening. Your first allegiance is to Hashem. You happen to feel good about it. That's a bummer. You're doing something good. Now, if you're doing it, some rabbi went around saying Shalom Aleichem to every Yid before davening. He did it for the mitzvah, to engender the love that you create through the mitzvah to come to the serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, different story. That is a matter of making him feel good, me feel good. I did something good. The good you have to do is what the halacha says: is serve Hashem first. That's what you have to do. I feel, it's not about how I feel. It's about what does Hashem want, and the person has to do what Hashem wants. So in the service of serving Hashem, which we all should have, the Gewaldige Gergation, that's what a person should aspire to. But it has to be always remembered, it's the serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Aaron, that Kohen, for the 40 years he was Kohen Gadol, Loi Shina, never changed. It was always about Hashem. It wasn't about him, his Eish Zorah. And he had to be warned about it too. He's a tzaddik, the person has gewaltig irrigation, but he was able to have it to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What does Hashem want? It's a great focus and mitzvah that person realizes from there. And that's really what Levium were all about. That's what Shevet Levi is. So we see the Parsha, Levi got haircuts. Haircuts, shaved, not a blade of hair on themselves. Why? Because they were in lieu of the Bechorim. The Bechorim went along and they were involved with the Egel. So they couldn't be the Kayanim of Hashem anymore. They had to be a switch to the Levium. So the Levium got shorn every hair on their body. And Rashi says, why? Because they were in lieu of the Bechorim. And they're like Mitzayroim. And therefore Mitzayroim gets shaved. Levi got shaved. Now Levi didn't do it. The Bechorim did it. Nevertheless, Levi's putting themselves in the position of the others, and they're the ones who have to get shaved. Now imagine the Yid that has a nice longer board, the Hadras Panim Zokeh, the Alta Yid, and no hair. I mean, I assume Moshe Rabbeinu got a haircut too, it was also Levi. I mean, Korach came in, his wife didn't recognize him. Who are you? No hair. Imagine Korach, when Alta was Ziknei Yisrael, saying the longer board, the whole works. Came with not a hair on his body. Who are you? Korach. Excuse me, Korach says, that's not the only thing they did to me. Aaron picked me up and shook me like a lulav. Now, if you use Seichel, you'd realize that it's not humanly possible to pick up 22,000 people in one day. I mean, if the guy could be the biggest muscle man in the world, after picking up 20 people, I'm assuming he's going to get a little bit tired, a little bit, shaking them back and forth people. And Aaron did 22,000 in one day. That itself speaks miracles. How did Aaron do, by the way? Pasuk says, hey, if Aaron, he has to go pick him up. Torah said he has to pick him up. And so Aaron went and did what the Torah said. He's going to do it. And he picked up 22,000 people. But that's a different Nekuda. That's about Korach. Fine. But the Levium, you see the selflessness. Nothing about Zich. It's all about serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It could be that you'll be selfless. That's Aaron. That's Levium. That's the Shevet Levi. Now, just another Nekuda the Parsha. You find that people complain about the man. They don't want this man, we want food, we want the flesh. So Moshe Rabbeinu says you have to get the Shivim Zkenim, you're going to get the 70 elders. So, I heard a Moiridik word, Rabbi Beer. The Gemara tells us that when they picked the 70s, there were two, they were Misnabe B'machne, Eldad Amedah. What were they misnabi? The Gemara says, one opinion says they had the prophecy, the Ali Slav, the quail should come. Another opinion says, Moshe Meis, Yeshua Machnis, Moshe's going to die, Yeshua is going to be the Yidden in Eretz Yisrael. Another opinion says, misnabi, they prophesied by Gog and Magog. He said, beautiful, put them all together. Moshe Rabbeinu, which is, by the way, interesting, Stam, how come Moshe Rabbeinu in the first place didn't want to go redeem Klal Yisrael? They're suffering. It's a Holocaust. Mitzrayim, go save them. No, I can't do it. What do you mean you can't? Someone has to save them. Send Aaron, send someone bigger. Why? Because Moshe understood that the leader, it's his madrega that goes into the Yidden, into the people. Me, take Aaron, he's bigger than me. Then Haga will be with the Klal Yisrael, the greater person's madrega. He'll be the one that leader, he'll give Klal Yisrael the level. I'm not that level. Take Aaron, take someone bigger. Hashem said, you, Moshe, but the leader is who invests Klal Yisrael with the good koyach. So it comes out, Moshe Rabbeinu said to Klal Yisrael, I give you man. I'm a Shemayim Dike Yid, Moshe Rabbeinu. He's a Himmel Dike. I can give you man. Man's a Himmel Dike, Shemayim, heavenly food. You want meat? You want basa? It's not me. You'll have to get your Shivim Zkenim, get the 70 elders. They can give you that. I can't do it. Zog the elder, the Veda, they have a snabin, they had prophecy. Ali Slav, you bring the Slav. Then it's going to be Moshe Meis. Moshe's going to die. Yeshua Machnes. And Yeshua's going to be bringing the Klal Yisrael into Eretz Yisrael. And then you're going to have to go through the whole cycle of the Golus. all the 3,000 years that we're going, still from that time till now, to Gog and Magog, on that lower plane, the lower Madrega. That's what's going to happen if Moshe Rabbeinu is not going to have that man level that we couldn't handle. We got to go down. If you go down, you're going to have to go through this whole Golus. So really, it comes out half of a fella, because there's a Meidik Sfas Emes, and Shtim's another Sfas Emes, which, like this. Moshe Rabbeinu told Klal Yisrael, V'aschan el Hashem, I davened to Hashem, I prayed, I wanted to go into Eretz Yisrael, 515 tefillas, and the answer was no. So why is Moshe Rabbeinu telling this to the Jewish people? What's in the game? What's irrelevant? I davened 550 tefillas, Hashem said no. Thank you. Okay, good. So what should we do about it? Moshe Rabbeinu is saying to Klal Yisrael, I told you I davened 515 tefillas, Hashem said no. That means, hint, hint, pick up and you daven the 500. You daven for me. If you daven for me, I'll get in. They missed it. So what does that mean? We all know the Moshe Rabbeinu said if he would have done one more tefillah, then he would have gone to Eretz Yisrael. So why didn't he do one more tefillah? Hashem said no. By the way, again, very interesting. Moshe Rabbeinu, when V'aschanan, he says to Hashem, V'aschanan Hashem, and Rashi says, he says to Hashem, answer me. Yes or no? Hashem, answer me. That means, Hashem told him no after 515 tefillahs, right when he was about to pull through with the last tefillah, Hashem said no. Now it seems like, because Moshe Rabbeinu said to Hashem, answer me. Means if he wouldn't have said those words, he would have kept davening. What would have happened? He would have gotten into Eretz Yisrael. Great. Not great, because we all know, Mizmor Asaf. The pasuk says that B'vo Goyim Benachlosecha. It's a great mizmor. We're singing a song, Asaf. When the Goyim came to Beis HaMikdash, they defiled it, they destroyed it. Mizmor, singing. What? Kinal Asaf mi boilei, should be lamentation. Churban Beis HaMikdash. That's what to sing about. Because if it would have been the Beis HaMikdash versus Klal Yisrael, Baruch Hashem, Hashem took his wrath out on the stones and the bricks. But Klal Yisrael endures. We are eternal. Now, we all say if Moshe Rabbeinu would have gone into Eretz Yisrael, and he would have built the Beis HaMikdash, then he can't have a Beis HaMikdash destroyed after Moshe Rabbeinu built it. So who would have to be destroyed? Klal Yisrael. So Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, answer me. Hashem said, you're not going in. He would have not known that he would have gotten in. There could be terrible destruction. So it came out very good. L'toiv, that Moshe Rabbeinu did not go into Eretz Yisrael. So then the Koitzes Fas Emes, what's the time that Moshe Rabbeinu had to Jewish people? You would have davened, I would have gone in. Because if you would have davened, then you would have got back that level of the Moshe Rabbeinu, and then he would have taken us in. You would need the Gog and Magog and the whole rest of it. If Moshe Rabbeinu would have gotten in from his own tefillas, and without Hashem telling him no, then it would have been him, Moshe Rabbeinu, his level, but Klal Yisrael would have been down here, Chas v'Shalom, and then they would have the option of Beis HaMikdash versus Klal Yisrael. Never, Klal Yisrael have to go. But if we would have davened, and Moshe Rabbeinu would have brought us back in, so we would have got back up to the Moshe level, he would have been the whole tikkun right then. So we never have a Beis HaMikdash. So Moshe Rabbeinu told you could have davened for me. It comes out also with another Moridik Sfas Emes, because you see from Sfas Emes by Parshas B'Shalach, there it says, when they had the Milchama with Amalek, they had the war with Amalek. So it came out that Moshe Rabbeinu's hands are going up, Klal Yisrael's winning. Hands are going down, Klal Yisrael's losing. Mishnah Rosh Hashanah says, V'chiyadav shel Moshe. Oh, it says Milchama. Moshe's hands are going to make war? Oh, such a pelodika thing. What's so difficult? Why is it such fair? Moshe Rabbeinu can split a sea with his hands, so why can't he make a Milchama with his hands? And secondly, the Mishnah says, when his hands are going up, oh, then the Shabbat Liban L'Shemaim, then they subjugate themselves to Hashem. What's the difference if his hands are going up or going down? They're looking up to him. They're looking up. They see Hashem. So what's the difference if his hands are going up, going down? When you're looking up to the Rabbi, if the Rabbi's hands are going up and he's steiging too, then the Olam steigs. They also grow with him. If his hands are down, then they're also down. So the Sfas Emes, but when's Moshe Rabbeinu's hands going up? When the people are looking up to him. So he sees them looking up, he gets energized. He gets that siyata d'shmaya. The people invest in him, he gets the koyach. If they're not looking up to him, he's down. So we invest in him. So it's the same Sfas Emes, classic Sfas Emes. So that's what he's telling them. If you would have davened for me, you would have brought me back up to that madrega of the Moshe Rabbeinu, which you would have then been reciprocating the same mahalach. I'd be you, you'd be me, and we'd all be that same mahalach together. So we have the koyach. Klal Yisrael davens, anticipates, the yearns. Imagine if we would be yearning for Mashiach Tzidkeinu, for Kavod Shemayim. So Hakadosh Baruch Hu's Kaviyachel's koyach also, in a way, comes from our yearning, what we want. If we can put that in, that we should have the rotzen of the Gelaldik Kavod Shemayim to be bring out to the world, the Baruch Shem Shalom, that we should have that look up. We should be Meshaber Lim Shemayim, and we'll have the Bezoichet to the Gula Shlema.
According to that, it means that if the Klal Yisrael would have davened, so Moshe Rabbeinu in a certain way was Mashiach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I always bother me because at one place I once saw Moshe Rabbeinu Ganyan took an oil, everything would have been done already. Another place sounds like the Churban would have come. Why would we Churban? So it works out beautifully. If they would go in on the level of Yeshua, but they had Moshe take us in, then it ends up. But if we would have gone back to Moshe Rabbeinu's madrega, that would have been the tikkun already.
So then will be the Gula Shlema.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, it comes out.
So there's no way they lost the boat.
Well, okay, that's right. But if you're not on that madrega, so then you have to go with this madrega. That's why you're wrong.